Stop her. Don't let her escape. Torches flared, boots thundered down the palace stairs. And in the stormlight, a girl in torn silk ran barefoot through the courtyard, clutching a single letter to her chest. The gates were closing. Behind her, a voice she loved cried out. "Lyria, don't do this." But she didn't stop. Because the man shouting was the prince. And the letter in her hand was proof he was never hers. Her name was Lyria Dane, the only daughter of a humble spice merchant. Her life was simple, counting herbs, measuring weights, helping her father bargain in the crowded streets of Valoran, the capital of the Valora kingdom. But one evening, fate walked into their shop disguised as a stranger. A tall man in a plain cloak asked for medicine for his horse. His voice was calm, his manners too polished for a traveler. When he smiled, Lyria noticed the ring on his finger, gold, engraved with the royal crest. He caught her glance and smiled knowingly. "You see too much," he said softly. "And you hide too much," she replied. That was how it began. With a spark between two people from worlds that should never have touched. The stranger returned the next day. And the next. He bought things he didn't need just to talk to her. One night, after the market closed, he told her his name, Prince Kale of Valoran. Lyria laughed in disbelief. "If that's true, then I'm the queen's lost sister." "Maybe you're something rarer," Kale said. "Someone honest." They began meeting in secret, on the cliffs overlooking the river. He brought her books, poetry, silk ribbons. She brought him laughter, truth, and a world beyond the palace gates. They fell in love in whispers. But love is never truly secret in a kingdom built on watching eyes. One night, the queen's maid followed Kale. The next morning, Lyria's father was summoned to the palace. The guards accused him of conspiring to seduce the prince. His shop was destroyed. His name blackened. Lyria was brought before the court, her wrists bound, her head bowed. The queen's voice was cold. "You thought a merchant's daughter could sit beside a crown? You have shamed yourself and my son." Kale tried to defend her, but his mother silenced him with one look. "If you speak again, you will lose the throne." The guards dragged Lyria away. That night, she was locked in the old tower at the city's edge. Days passed. Kale sent letters, but none reached her, except one, slipped through the bars by a sympathetic guard. It said, "Come out in 3 hours, I'll be waiting." But as she read it under the moonlight, she saw something strange. Beneath the prince's seal, another mark, faint and burned into the parchment. It was the crest of House Varen, the royal assassins. The message wasn't written by Kale. It was bait. That night, the tower door opened quietly. 2 shadows stepped in, blades drawn. But Lyria was ready. She had escaped through the window hours before, leaving only a torn ribbon on the floor. Lyria ran through the rain, heart pounding. She had nowhere to go, except the old archives where Kale once took her. There, she found the truth. Her mother, long dead, had once served the royal court. And had been executed for falling in love with the banished king. Lyria was royal blood, hidden away to protect the throne's secrets and to secure the current royal family's reign. That's why the queen feared her. That's why the truth had to be buried. But by then, soldiers were already closing in. When Kale found her again, it was at the riverbank where they first met. The rain had stopped. The world was silent. "I thought I lost you," he said, breathless. "Me too," she whispered. "I'm sorry I put you through this," he said, his heart breaking. He stepped forward, taking her hands. "Come with me. We'll leave the kingdom, start anew." But behind them, the queen's soldiers arrived, their torches flickering. Lyria's eyes filled with tears. "If I go with you, you'll lose everything. And I've already lost enough." She pressed the letter into his palm. The one marked with the assassin's crest. "I'll find you, Kale, it's your turn to wait for me." Then she stepped back into the fog and vanished. Leaving only her white ribbon drifting down the river. Years later, Prince Kale became king. The queen's power waned. And in every festival, white ribbons appeared along the riverbanks, no one knew who left them. Some said it was the spirit of the merchant's daughter. Others whispered she still lived, among the commoners, watching the kingdom from afar. But every year, Kale laid a single flower by the river and said softly, "I'm still waiting, Lyria, find me soon."